The first check that you must perform in your computerized accounts checklist for MYOB software is to confirm that your bank account has been reconciled. In order to identify whether your bank account has been reconciled, you should select banking from the main screen, then select reconcile accounts. In this particular case, the main bank account has appeared at the top. If your bank account does not appear, click on the down arrow and select your particular bank account. Once you have selected this, it will tell you what the last date was that the account was reconciled to. If there is no date, you need to go back and reconcile your bank account. If the last date is before the end of the financial year for which you are providing us the financial accounts, you need to reconcile your bank account up to that date. In this particular case, it clearly states that the account has been reconciled to the 30th of the 4th, 2010. Now, assuming that we were preparing the 2009 accounts, we need to get a copy of the bank reconciliation as at 30 June 2009. Likewise, 30 June 2010 if we are preparing the 2010 accounts. So you exit out of this particular screen and then select Reports. From within Reports, you have numerous tabs here. You should select the Banking tab. Under this tab, you'll find the option of Reconciliation Report. Now, once you select the Customize button here, you'll be able to tell the system what date you want the reconciliation to be up to. In this case, we will select 30th of the 6th, 2009. We'll then press Display, which will then show us that there is nothing to print on that particular date. So assuming that we were doing the accounts to the 30th of the 4th, 2010, we would select 30th of the 4th and then maximize the screen. This will show you that a bank reconciliation has occurred on this particular date. The reason we can tell this is because we have items recorded as reconciled checks or reconciled deposits. If the reconciliation did not occur on this particular date, we would have no transactions referred to as reconciled checks or reconciled deposits. If that were the case, we should then choose a different date in order to identify when the account had been reconciled. Now, looking at this particular report, if we scroll further down, you'll see that we have numerous outstanding checks and outstanding deposits. And then at the bottom, we'll have a section that says Reconciliation, balance as per the software, add outstanding checks, deduct outstanding deposits, gives us what should be reported on our bank statement as of the date of the reconciliation. So you should get a copy of the bank statement, preferably get a photocopy that we can keep, and tick it off against this figure if the figure balances with the bank statement. If the figure does not balance with the bank statement, then the bank reconciliation has not been performed correctly and should be redone so that it does balance with the bank statement balance. Once we have a balanced bank reconciliation, the next thing we need to do is review the outstanding deposits and the outstanding checks to identify if there are any unusual transactions. Now, in this particular case, we have a transaction on the 17th of the 11th, 2009, which is for a donation to the Red Cross. It is highly unlikely that the Red Cross wouldn't have accepted our money by this time, in which case we should look to see whether maybe we duplicated the transaction, or alternatively that it was entered in error, like for instance it was actually paid by cash and not through the bank account. Another concern here, we have electronic payments from the 9th of April which are still outstanding, and a money transfer on the 5th of the 4th. If we have this situation in the accounts, we should go back and reconcile to identify whether there has been a duplication or a mistake, because it is highly unlikely that if you did an electronic transfer or a money transfer on a particular day that it would still be outstanding 25 days later. Theoretically, that should have been cleared within a couple of days. So these are the sorts of anomalies that we would look for in your bank reconciliation. You should also look at these and see about rectifying these. Once you have balanced off your bank reconciliation correctly, you should print off a copy of this particular report to provide us with at 30 June. Thank you.